Good morning. It is bright. It is early. And you know what? I figured I might as well get this out of the way because I kind of wanted to have this second cup of coffee, which isn't a cup, it's like a gallon. And it's so good when it hits your lips. It's so good. It's just so good. Hope you all had a great night of sleeping for those of you who are capable of such things. I slept like a baby and I slept in late. That's why I was like, maybe I'll do the gym after I stream. And then that way I don't have to worry about it, you know? I don't have to worry about being late to do stuff with you guys. I don't have to worry about it. Um, Life is good. Life is a beautiful thing, isn't it? I think so. Happy August, dude. These are the last days of me being 42 years old, which is kind of crazy because then I'm technically going to be mid 40s on the 6th. It will be mid 40s. So I'm baking my own birthday cake. I'm going to make a German chocolate cake. I'm on the fence if I want a chocolate buttercream on it or if I want to do a ganache. Ganache is decadent and it is my birthday. So on the fence there. Hey, Momo, what the fuck? I look marvelous. I just woke up. Like I literally woke up, drank a little bit of coffee, took a shit, showered real quickly, top and tail. Here I am. Good morning. Now you know I've had a regular bowel movement and life is good. Life is going to be all good from here. From here on out, we are going to be living the good life. So I just did this for a friend. Let me see. Is this it? No. Is this it? Yes. So a friend of mine who's been battling cancer, her name is Lenny on here. She kicked cancer's ass and now she has one final surgery coming up. So I bought her a bunch of shit and then I used the code PAUSE200 and got her all that free shit with the shit that I got her. She's awesome. Great little Avon customer of mine. And yeah, I wanted to hook her up because it's a glorious thing when you get the go ahead that they got all the cancer, but they have to do little surgery to get rid of some stuff to make sure there's none left. And she's been through hell. So I'm like, I'm going to get her some shit. And then I'm like, why not get her a bunch of free shit with us? So told my husband, I'm like, I'm spending $200 on Lynette. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it so I can get her this huge thing of Organis free shit. And it's a lot of free shit. So these are the codes that are going until tonight, 11:59 p.m. Eastern. Pause 100, pause 200, spend $100 or more. Use code pause 100, get all that free shit. $200 more, pause 200, get all that free shit. It's for our new peri and post menopause line of lotions and stuff for like crepey skin. It's like, why not treat your body? So technically a woman in her 40s, and same with men. So men and women above the age of 35, men are always like, we can still have babies. Yeah, but your sperm is bad. I don't know if you guys need a little education, but your sperm is not optimal after the age of 35. Like, you pose risks of all this shit in pregnancy. So young ladies out there, older men are not prime real estate for baby making because their sperm is bad in comparison to a younger man. That's why couples should get married young and start popping them babies at 22, 23, even 20. I'm sorry. I'm not against 18-year-olds getting married. Lots of people are, but our grandparents made it work. but mythically and magically our kids can't. Well, we coddle them and baby them so much that they're no, at 18 years old back in the day, a little boy could head a village. I don't know what we've done to kids. When I was growing up, my dad was like, when you turn 18, it's done. You figure out your life. You pay your own shit. I started working double shifts as a waitress. Like, I wasn't fucking around. We see all the old child stars having kids with young wives and don't see problems is why people believe this. Well, because people are stupid. Do your research. An older man's sperm is just as bad as an older woman's egg. It just is. It's dangerous for an older woman to have children past the age of 35. Pretending that it doesn't pose more risk and dangers is disingenuous. Like, you're not being honest with yourself. Because of the swim, if you will, the weak sperm don't get to the egg. It filters out a lot of the defectives. That's not true. All the sperm of a man above the age of 35 is problematic. It is not true. Dude, I don't know what the brainwashing is that's been out there, but guys, like, your sperm sucks ass as it gets older. It's not good. It's not good sperm. It's like defective because you're older. Because older people aren't supposed to be breeding. The point of us hitting, sexual maturity is our body's like da 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 da. It's time. The reason men, when they're literally like yeah, sex, is because that's when you're supposed to be breeding. I don't know why we've started lying to everyone. Like, people will tell me, why don't you have a kid? And I'm like, dude, I'm fucking old. My husband's old. We aren't young people. I was so desperate. Like, when I first met my husband, I was like, the clock was ticking. I had I was 32. I was like, oh my God, I'm so old, because I don't live in the twilight zone. I knew that at the age of 35, I have a 22-year-old niece who literally acts like a toddler. It's crazy how down a bit Gen Z really is. It's because they're raised by, I'm sorry, but the millennials really effed up their kids. They coddled them. They helicopter parented. Like, okay, I have friends that raise their kids old school, which is awesome, right? They have work ethic. They're not big babies. Like, they go out there and hustle and make things happen. If I got pregnant, would I be happy though? I'd be terrified for my child and the possible problems my child would have. I'd be terrified for myself because of how dangerous it is to have kids in your 40s. There's just dangers there. I would not be happy. I don't want to be a menopausal mom. I don't understand why people think kids. I remember my mom going through menopause when I was a teen. And I was like, this fucking bitch is nuts. And everyone's like, oh, have a baby. And then when they're 3, be like, I'm menopausal. That's evil. That's fucked up, man. This poor kid. I mean, my mom was nuts. Fucking a monster. Woo! Imagine being 4 years old and not understanding what menopause is, but your mom had you when you're younger, and then she like hits that meno and she's screaming at you and shit because she can't control herself. Like, that's how I see the world. I am a realist, man. You have to see the world through no rose-colored glasses. See the truth. Imagine being 5 and your mom going through menopause on you. And you're home with her all the time. Holy fuck. That's scary. Because I know that, like, when I was a teenager, I was like, get my mom the fuck away from me. She's nuts. And she keeps turning off the heat when it's negative 20 out and the house is freezing. She has windows open and shit. I remember because my grandma was still living there. And I love my mom, by the way. But menopausal mom, she was no fun. My menopausal mom was no fucking fun. And as I said, I cannot imagine dealing with that as like a 4-year-old, a peri and postmenopausal mother. Like, that's just not fair. That's not fair. How old was I when my mom was going through menopause? I think I was like 19 because, my mom was wise and had kids young. Her body bounced back great, all this stuff. And then I was old enough to understand mom's just going to be crazy for a few years. She's just going to be crazy. The last one was the toughest and the least healthy pregnancy. Renee, all my girlfriends. So I am the only one that doesn't have kids that I know of. Let me think. Yeah, I don't have friends that don't have kids. And it's tough because when your friends start having kids and you're not there, I remember sitting in a group of all these ladies and I had wanted kids and they just spent like an hour or two having a powwow session about how no one, the childless people don't understand and stuff. And I'm like, I'm sitting right here. Like, y'all are talking about me like I'm a miserable piece of shit. I just chose not to breed with the wrong guy. Because if I had had children earlier, it would have been with someone that I didn't deem was going to be a good father. And, not all women, farter of dust, not all women figure that out. Good morning. Me and Duck Sauce are well. Women are told they can have everything. They can. So my wise friends, instead of going to college and partying in their 20s, they got married. They had their babies and raised their babies. And then as they were raising their babies at stay-at-home moms, they slowly went through college. They didn't have to do college in 2 years, 4 years like everyone else. They had like 12, 14 years to really focus on doing their online classes. So then by the time their kids left the nest, they were ready to go intern. And like now my friend makes 6 figures a year as a therapist. She's fucking amazing. And she's like, I am so glad that I had babies when I was really young, that I raised my babies and was a good mother, and that they're amazing, and that all the time that people are like, oh, you're too young to do this. She's like, now I'm in my 40s. I'm drinking wine with my friends at like lounges. I don't have to worry about kids at home. I've got my career. Like she's literally doing the dumbass shit women do in their 20s until their uterus dries up. And then it's too late for them to have kids, or they feel all this pressure to hurry up and pop them like as they're 38, 39, because they focus too much on their career. Pop your kids first, put yourself through school slowly while you're raising your children. And then when your kids leave the nest, you have your whole life ahead of you and you're fucking young. You're like 43 years old. In women, it starts to get bad at 35. For men, it's 45. My doctor said a male's sperm past the age of 35 is no longer prime. She was like, I wouldn't want to be impregnated with it. She's like, shit happens. She's like, but if I had a choice, I'd want, 18 to 27-year-old sperm for healthy babies. And I believe her. She's a fucking gyno. we talk crazy shit because she's down there. And I'm like, I'm so uncomfortable just sitting here in silence. Can we have a conversation while you're digging around in me? That'd be great. Graduate at 50. I think that's awesome. So you could go to college later on when your kids, fly the coop, or like my friend did, she just periodically took online classes until she graduated. And the money, she wasn't in tons and tons of debt because, over a period of probably 18 years, because she had 2 girls and a boy. So by the time the boy left the nest, she had finished all her college and she was ready. Freezing sperm and eggs isn't guaranteed. How about this? Find someone you love when you're young. Don't run around having sex with tons of people because it literally destroys your brain. And for women, you leave a piece of your heart with each one. Women aren't designed to be like men. It's not empowering to literally plow through dudes. It's not. It's just not. It's not empowering. Find someone young that you love and get married. I wish I would have met my husband when we were younger. I wish I would have met him when we were 22. I truly do. All my friends were married and popping out babies by 22 years old. And I used to envy them so much. But that was just not God's plan for me. And I am okay with it. God's plan for me, clearly, is to be a cat lady who's married, not alone, married cat lady to a guy who's totally fine with us not having kids. He's like, this is great. Totally fine with it. Like, okay. Okay, 19 and 20 got her master's at 39. That's what I'm talking about. And then when her kids are like fully grown, your daughter's fucking hitting the job scene in her 40s, ready to go full time. She can go out and have wine with her friends and not have to rush back home to little babies. She gets to live her 20s and her 40s. And let me tell you, your 20s are fucking stupid. They're dumb. You're not missing anything at parties and shit. It's so stupid. Let's do some rice water bright. I'm going to wipe my face. If I'm elderly at almost 43, then I'm ancient at 49. Well, I mean, in comparison to what I used to be, yeah, 43 is quite a few years past what's considered middle age these days. It is true. Good morning. Good morning. Let's wipe up my face, shall we? Let's wipe this all up. I want to look beautiful today. That would be an improvement. Yesterday I got a facial and it was so relaxing. It was so good. The chick who gave me my facial, she's so young. She's a little baby. Sweet, sweet thing. At the end of my facial, like I've been laying down for like an hour and 20 minutes while she's like popping zits and stuff and putting like masks on me. It was very nice. However, something happened yesterday that's never happened before, guys. I really felt my age, and I'm going to tell you why. So she's like, okay, we're done. She's like, take your time getting dressed and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay. So she leaves the room, and my old ass was like frozen to the table. My joints were frozen. I was discombobulated. I could barely get up. I was hardly able to put my clothes on, and I was like so stiff. And I'm like, oh my God, what's happening to me? I'll tell you what's happening to me. I'm just getting older. Speaking of getting older, our new hit pause line for women in their 40s, I'll say 40s because my gynecologist said that even if you're not perimenopausal in your 40s, Tulsi Gabbard dyes her hair and mine was gray before she let hers go gray. So she copied me. Anyway, when women and men hit their 40s, your hormones change. It is what it is. So you start to get crepey skin because at 27 years old, your cells stop regenerating the way that they used to when you're young. That's why you start to see signs of aging. Past the age of 35, you start to notice like wrinkles and crinkles on your arms and stuff. This stuff is great for crepey skin. For me, I'll show you. That's where I feel the most of my crepey skin is. I just feel like right here in my arms. It's very weird. It is very, very weird. So, got to put it on my crepey skin. And perimenopause sucks. My gyno doesn't think I'm in it. She just thinks I'm in my 40s. I have a regular period and everything. She's like, I don't think you're there yet. She's like, I think you just have normal symptoms that women in their 40s have. Because she's like, if I said you're perimenopausal now, but you don't hit menopause until you're 58, she's like, then you're perimenopausal for over a decade. She's like, no, you're literally just in your 40s. I was like, okay. She's like, bitch, you'll know. You'll get crazy night sweats and all this other shit. She's like, you're not there yet. People can thank Adam and Eve for us getting old, looking and feeling old. John, that's fucking hilarious. I've never seen anyone be like, blame Adam and Eve for this shit, but you ain't wrong. Fucking assholes. Yep, the menopause again. Well, I'm in my 40s. What do you expect? I'm in my fucking 40s, man. Old lady over here. Living the dream. Living the dream. So, I think we should watch this. Because I fucking love Ricky. I want to hear this shit. I want to see it. I'm sorry. Afterlife was fucking hilarious. And it made me laugh. And my body is ready. Let's do it.
Experiment for homeless children?
Sorry, no.
Don't care about children in poverty then?
Not at the moment. I've got bigger problems.
Do bigger problems exist than the desperate poverty of a child?
Sorry, I thought me saying I was busy was enough. What's the guilt tripping? And don't give me this altruism shit. You're not a volunteer. Everyone knows you're getting paid. You don't give a fuck about the charity or poverty-stricken kids. You want money. I'd effectively be paying your wages, you wiry little twat.
It's so beautiful. It's so true. Almost 98% of nonprofits are literally them just stealing shit. The last product is our Hit Paws body cream for crepey skin.
4 eyes.
That's so beautiful.
Experiment
Get out of here. No. Stop. It's beautiful. I'm telling you. So when I lived in California, I used to hey, I want to help the homeless considering they're everywhere. What I learned is the homeless in California, the mass majority of them, let's use the Belief Moisturizing Balm Toner. This is in my Avon store, adriancurry.com to shop with me. Most of them are there by choice so that they can do drugs and sit on the streets somewhere where it's warm and they get to party. Like, these people are homeless by choice. Tons of them. Talk to them in Venice Beach and stuff. Just go talk to them. For real. They're like, this is the life I choose, man. I do drugs all day, man. Give me money. I want more drugs, man. Look at me doing drugs. I'm not kidding. I was shook because I was like, oh, these people hit hard times. There are plenty of shelters for people like that, but they don't want to go to the shelters because there's rules that you can't do drugs at the shelters. So they're like, man, we want to do meth and drugs all day, man. We're not going to the shelters. So then the shelters raise all this money and no one's ever in them. Ever. Drug addicts are hardly ever hungry. So most of them don't even go get the food. It's ridiculous. Let's do a new Hydrofusion 1.5% hyaluronic acid on my face. Let's plump up that skin. I learned so much living in California. So much. Also, I learned that most of the California homeless problem, they raise so much money every year, and there's still homeless everywhere. They don't solve the problem. They're literally just nonprofits pocketing tons of money and enriching themselves. That's it. That's all. Let's do a new Ultimate Day Cream with SPF 25. This is really good for dark spots, be it sunspots, age spots. Full disclosure, about a year and a half ago, I got a laser treatment, IPL, for dark spots. And then that was literally erasing the damage that I did when I was 27 years old in the sun. And she's like, you won't get dark spots again unless it's age spots. She's like, because you don't go in the sun. I wear a huge Chinese rice paddy hat. I forget what they're called, but it's like a hiking version of it. And I have no shame. This thing is so big, it covers my shoulders. Get away from me, son. Get away from me forever. So I'd like to stay it off because you can still get reflections of the sun underneath your hat. So it's good to have at least a SPF 25 on your face. Plus, it's not terrible to get some sun. They say to get vitamin D, all you have to do is walk from your car into the grocery store. That 30 seconds is all the vitamin D you need. So when you see people laying out claiming they need vitamin D, that's bullshit. That's total bullshit. They don't need to be doing that, and that's why they look like a leather boot at the bottom of the sea. Let's do the Beyond Glow Firming Cream for neck and chest with squalene and retinol. Little neck and chest action here. Ooh. I was peeling so bad from Avon's 1% retinol. Like, my neck looked like a lizard yesterday. I was like, oops, maybe used a little bit too much. Belief Moisturizing Eye Balm. This is also in my Avon store. I'm going to use it on the top of my eyes because the bottom of my eyes, I'm going to use a depuffing serum because I'm starting to get bags under my eyes just from being old. Fucking sucks. I always joke like, look, 42-year-old me, that's almost 43, 22-year-old me, 43, 22, 43, 22, 22, 22. There we go. All right. Depuffing. Hydrofusion Depuffing Eye Serum. This has the best ingredients ever to get rid of your puffy eye bags. I love it. There we go. Get rid of my bags. No, thank you. No, thank you. I live in Florida where the sun melts my skin off just checking the mail. Well, that's all the sun you need, baby. That is all the sun. I literally have like dead skin right here. What can I do? What can I do? I'll put some of that moisturizing toner on it. I hate when my nose gets dead skin on it. Other cities offer bus tickets to relocate homeless. Let me tell you something about Los Angeles that I learned. Now, it's illegal to do this, but Beverly Hills, Malibu, is it Thousand Oaks, Westlake Village, Tarzana, anywhere where there's like really rich people houses, like celebrities and stuff, they pick the homeless up and they go dump them somewhere else. Manhattan Beach, Hermosa Beach. I've watched them do it. And that's illegal. So the rich people that are like, we love the homeless and we love the illegals, and they're like, get that riffraff out of our neighborhood. Put it with the poor people. We love it for you, not us. Like, that's what they do. So all the celebrities that are preaching and screeching about illegal immigrants and all the rich people that like preach and screech about how great it is to have undocumented people everywhere, they think it's great if they're coming to clean their toilets for 10% of what they'd have to pay an American, but they don't want them living anywhere near them. I'm like, holy shit. So from experience and knowing a cop, a Manhattan Beach cop, I have watched them pick homeless and undesirables up and go dump them, in Compton, or is it Torrance? Is it Torrance? Yes, Torrance, downtown LA. They're like, get away from the rich people. So the rich people advocate for you to live with the slum people, but they're not going to do it. Oh, that sounds awful, doctor. No. That sounds awful. Good morning, I'm Finko. So I thought this was kind of weird. So Hulk Hogan's ex-wife was slamming him for years and years and years. And she brings up cheating in a tribute to him. It's like, dude, the guy's gone. The guy's gone. So I have a couple things I'd like to say about Hulk. In the privacy of his own home, he said some mean words that were racist. I have listened to people in my life. I've heard Asians say terrible things about black people. I've heard black people say terrible things about Asians in private. And I'm like, damn, dude. You know what I mean? And everyone acts like they've never heard people say shit like this, especially non-white people. They always make believe that they've never heard them say this. Now, when someone says racist shit around me, I always say, dude, what the fuck's wrong with you? Right? I don't immediately hate them forever. Hulk Hogan went on an apology tour, dedicated his time to educating himself and doing stuff for charities and stuff. Like, he literally was sorry he did this. His community reports that he was spending his time trying to be a better man and give back to his community. He gets baptized in the name of Jesus. Like, he literally was on the pathway of redemption. And people are like, no, you can't ever be redeemed from saying a racist word. There are literally movies about racist people learning their ignorance and then learning to love people of the very race they didn't like. Gee, I don't know, Gran Torino. Such an excellent movie about a guy who was racist against his neighbors and then literally saw them as family and sacrifices his life to keep them safe. Oh, racists can never be redeemed because I'm a virtuous progressive. No, you're a piece of shit. Redemption exists, guys. Insane. Absolutely insane to pretend redemption doesn't exist. Taking redemption off the table, you know what it does? It makes people more racist and more assholes and awful. Now, here's the kicker. Ozzy Osbourne took a shotgun and he blew away 17 of his house cats before pinning down his wife and trying to murder her. And everyone's like, we forgive him. Yeah, kill the cats. Try to murder your wife. To me, killing 17 cats with a shotgun in your house and then trying to murder your wife is infinitely worse than saying the N-word. I'm sorry. Like, I don't know what Twilight Zone we're living in. Both are bad. One is way worse than the other. Like, okay, if I had a choice, if someone's like, we're going to change your past and you have a choice, will your controversy be you tried to murder your husband and you killed all your animals in your home with a shotgun, or you said the N-word? I'd be like, N-word. N-word. Are you kidding me? I'm not gonna, no, do I want my controversy to be I murdered all my house pets with a shotgun and then tried to kill my beloved husband. Have you lost your mind? Give me the mean word. I believe in redemption. I think Ozzy redeemed himself and I think Hulk was redeeming himself. And these gatekeepers of redemption, they're demons, living demons on this earth. Everyone can be redeemed. And it's through their actions. And according to Hulk Hogan's community, he literally dedicated his life to trying to better his community, learn from his mistakes, donated to charities, felt so bad about this, and then found God. And then everyone's like, oh no, he's just racist. No, what you are is a gatekeeper of redemption. Because if we didn't have redemption, none of us would be able to exist. Men reach their prime helix in their 20s, just like women. I know everyone wants to live this lie where they think men are priming out later. Men and women are priming out in their 20s. It is what it is. And I'm tired of this gatekeeping of words. This is a magical word that only we get to use. Dude, it's like listening to toddlers. I don't like hearing it at all. And if you're like, well, I get to say, it's like, you're stupid. You sound stupid. What about not meeting his grandchildren? That's between his family and him. That's not us. You're going by gossip mags. Like, I don't do that. Gossip mags posted pictures of me and my brother and said, Adrienne cheats on her ex-husband with the new man. Look at her with her new man. It was my brother, my flesh and blood brother. And when I got a divorce, the press was saying I was cheating on my ex-husband with my brother, who came to stay with me to make sure I was safe when I was moving out. So when people are like, well, I read this in a gossip magazine, I'm like, dude, the gossip magazines made my brother and me Lannisters. Hulk was a known Trump supporter, so these idiots will never forgive him. I truly do believe that. I believe there is a sect of people who are so obsessed with politics. They treat it like Green Bay Packers versus the Bears, only worse. It's insane. It's ridiculous. And it goes both ways. When Ruth Bader Ginsburg, or whatever her name was, passed away, I saw people saying horrible stuff online. Here's the thing. You say horrible shit, even when a serial killer dies, part of me is like, thank God they're gone. But then I'm also like, I think any loss of life is terrible. Physical violence is greater than bad words. Shouldn't be controversial. We're in a world of emotional idiots. Dude, I feel like the majority of people, your truth, my truth, that's bullshit. I feel like it's a million women or kabillion women on their periods. Have you ever been with a woman who's like PMSing and she's out of her mind and she won't admit she is? And then you try to tell her, like my husband and me, well, you're just, crazy right now because of your hormones. And then I wig out. And then like 3 days later, when I'm not on my hormones, I'm like, you were right. You were right. And I'm sorry. But I feel like everyone acts with their feelings. Oh, words are violence. Every day on the internet, I'm told that I'm old, that I'm a transvestite, that I was born a man, that I have man hips and man hands and man feet, that they can see my Adam's apple. I have people posting that I'm in the Illuminati. Hey, fucking Avon lady. Redemption is important. When he's dying, I'm unsure why. But that's not up to us to judge. I believe in God. And if you think you're going to dupe God, if you think you're going to bamboozle everyone, including Jesus and God, that you have redeemed yourself, good luck. Good luck. Most people in Hollywood have a history of doing horrific stuff. You think I don't think Hulk Hogan banging his wife or his best friend's wife on video, that was disgusting. Like his best friend was a cock. And they just passed things around. Ew, gross, nasty, gross, nasty. Like, but I believe in redemption. Seriously. But if like Hulk Hogan came over for dinner with his wife and started like saying something to my husband, I'd be like, we got to get out of here. I know his history. I hope he's redeemed and he's gotten better, but I'm uncomfortable. Let's go. I'm like, yeah, can we please get the fuck out of here? What's up, Deanna? What's up, bitches? What's up, bitches? I need to do something with my eyes now. I need to actually put on some makeup. What are we going to do today? I think I'm going to do a mix of our Love at First Sight eyeshadow palette. Do some of this. And then I think I might mix it with Goddess, which would be nice. You know what? Goddess and our mono palette. I'm just going to mix tons of palettes. Fuck it. There's no rules here. God hates the sin, loves the sinner. Yeah. And like, I'm not here to judge. Do I think it's gross that this dude like banged his friend's wife? Absolutely. That is nasty. Yuck. But I'm going to leave that to God to deal with and not me. I'm 57 now. I live in a small town away from people. I want to get off the internet altogether. It's really evil and I'm tired of everybody selling us shit. Oh, you mean like Avon? Ding dong, Avon calling. Normally people don't hate Avon ladies, but if you want to, like, I'm not going to take that away from you. You fuck your skin so soft. Oh, but we have skin so soft with retinol in it. It's good for anti-aging. Fuck you, Avon lady. You rotten whore. Nobody wants your fucking skincare. I mean, usually people look at Avon ladies with a little form of nostalgia and all that other shit, but you know, you do you. You do you. Ah. You would not be able to live there, Creative Juice. You would not be able to live in a commune with no internet centered around the 80s. You would not be able to live. I wouldn't. I make my living selling Avon online, adriancurry.com to shop with me. That's how I do it. And if I'm not selling well, then I'm fucked. I'm a internet saleswoman, you know. I don't stream and people don't throw money at me when I stream. Like almost zero people ever throw money at me when I stream. I'm not that kind of streamer. I'm like, yo, do you need some foot cream from Avon's Footworks? This intensive callus cream, by the way, is the shit. Because when you get older, your feet start to look busted as fuck. I'm sorry. Yep, Skin So Soft has been around forever. I had a big bottle here just the other. Oh, I picked it up and I put it over there. Whoopsies. What do we got in here? Love It for Slash Glow Color. Okay. I have lots of cool stuff. Got some SPF 50 for your face. So when you buy Avon from me, the month after you buy Avon from me, I send you a catalog in the mail so you can take a shit on the toilet and not be spied on by Mark Zuckerberg or Elon Musk. Seriously, don't you miss just sitting there? Remember reading like the back of bottles? You're like, oh, I got to pinch a loaf. Use only as directed and avoid contact with eyes. Now you don't need to. I will hook you up. I will hook you up. Fucking hook you up with that shit. It's going to be amazing. I promise. So let's listen to what Ryan has to say. Because I'm really sad about late night turning into what it did, which was just anti-Republican stuff. I'm not Republican, but I don't want to watch something that's like, only left-leaning people are good and anyone else is bad. Like, what the fuck is that? Because I grew up with good late night where they didn't do that. Like, they wanted to appeal to everyone. And I was like, this is great. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, if you want to be a political activist, be an influencer. Don't be a movie star. Don't be a late night host. Like, you're literally shooting yourself in the foot. Like, you're a fucking idiot if that's what you do. Just go be like a Steven Crowder or the Young Turk people or so. You know what I mean? Go do that. No one wants Pedro Pascal's political opinions. No one. Zero people. Just, dude, you're an actual decent actor. You're being overused, but you're a decent actor. And if you shut the fuck up, people would like you more. Tom Cruise isn't like Scientology, Planet Zulu, the aliens, and the Zorgs. He's never like that because he knows forehead racist Ryan. What? How is he racist? I have never heard him say anything racist. Ever. Enlighten me what he's said that was racist. See, I think people are so spoiled and stupid today, they call anything racist. Like, they don't even know what real racism is anymore. Because when I grew up, I saw it for real. Like, I got the shit beat out of me in high school for being white. I did. By a bunch of black girls. And I'll never forget one. Her name was Whitney. She was the meanest girl I've ever experienced. And I felt like she wanted to kill me. And I'm so lucky that the gym teacher walked in with like two other teachers. I was on the floor. They had padlocks on t-shirts and just started. Can you imagine where that would have went? That would have been awful. Oh, you're being facetious. I was like, okay, like what is, he just talks about nerd shit. I'm like, what racist shit has he talked about? But I actually love it.
Over the past few weeks, we saw some people lose their minds over the cancellation of Stephen Colbert's Late Show. And this is not just a situation of him getting fired. No, the entire show that's been running for decades and decades on late night television has been canceled. And as much as people wanted to try to pretend it's about
Colbert, before Trump was elected, was so middle of the ground. Let's do FMG, Cashmere, multi-peptide eye primer. I used to watch him. He didn't sit there being all political, shilling for Pfizer, none of that. Like, he was just like Jay Leno, who I watched with my grandma all the time. Is it Craig Ferguson, Conan O'Brien? These people did not go on ranting and raving about politics. It just wasn't what they did. They went on to entertain you, have a laugh, and to appeal to all of America, right? And I dug it. Like, I couldn't tell you Jay Leno's political affiliation to save my life. Klutz. I used to get jumped almost every day in junior high by a group of black girls because I'm white, east side of Joliet. Joliet's rough. Grew up there. I understand. Not everyone's like that, but there was definitely a lot of, like, people really hated white people because they would scream it at you in the hallways. It wasn't like, oh, I don't like you because you're dumb. They were like, you stupid white bitch. You what? Like, it was not good. It was not fun. Happy early birthday. Aw, thank you. Thank you for the $9.99. I will spend that on flour for my birthday cake. Much appreciated. Can we not talk about my birthday? Can we not talk about the fact that I'm just going to get older? Let's not do it. Thank you.
politics. He made fun of Trump. That's why this happened. Well, I regret to inform you, he's still going to be on the air for another 9 months, something like that. And he's slamming Trump more than ever. The reality is that just like a lot of late night shows nowadays, Stephen Colbert was hemorrhaging viewers and hemorrhaging money. The reality is this show lost $40 million.
So Stephen Colbert's key demo are people in their 70s now. So I hate to say this, but when you're in your 70s, the average life expectancy is in your 70s. So the network's probably looking at this like this isn't worth putting money into for long-term longevity, because we're going to start losing this audience, a lot of them. And I'm not trying to be mean. This is just it'll happen to me too one day. But when your key demo, same with Fox, like the channel Fox, that's going to, crash and burn. I don't know who's watching Greg Gutfeld. Is that his name? I've never seen the show. No offense. I really don't care about TV. I don't. I used to really care, but everything's so political anymore. I just stopped caring. You know what I mean? Do you think more of these late night political hosts will be fired? Absolutely, because they've pigeonholed their audience into this little tiny thing. Imagine if Colbert stayed the way he was pre-Trump, which was appeal to everyone and be funny and not preachy and screechy And then, like, what's his face? Kimmel's like, it's like, what the fuck are you doing? You don't have a single guy friend? Like, where is Adam Carolla to be like, Jimmy, stop fucking crying like a little bitch on TV. It is not working for you. It is really off-putting. Like, no one wants a woman crying all the time on TV, let alone some dude. Just stop crying. You know? Well, that's what, like, Saturday Night Live used to make fun of both sides relentlessly. And it was amazing. In fact, I think Norm Macdonald got fired. Was it Bill Clinton? There was someone he kept making fun of. Oh my God, why did I forget? And they called him into the office. I loved Colbert Report. It was hilarious. They called Norm Macdonald in the office. This is when Weekend Update was at its peak. And they're like, you have to stop making jokes. Was it OJ? It was something. And, you know, Norm Macdonald, probably with that straight face, totally bullshitting them. Like, yeah, I'll totally, do exactly what you're saying. And then he went out there and just started doing the same thing again. And then they fired him. I love Norm Macdonald. I fucking love Norm. He was the gift that kept on giving. I would not watch Hillary Clinton do anything. I can't stand listening to her. I can't stand listening to almost all politicians because everything they say is a fucking lie. Politics in the US is out of control because that's what they wanted. The narrative, they're like, okay, so Marxists were like, how do we separate Americans? Because we were all united after 9/11 and shit. And that's hard for them to deal with, a bunch of united people. So, gay acceptance, the polls, even with Republicans, they're like, we don't care about gay marriage, like whatever. Like, things were good. And they're like, well, how are we going to raise money? How are we going to stir the masses? That's when they brought in the trans stuff and obsessed over it because they're like, we need to divide and conquer and have reasons to take everyone's money and have them donate to us. This is just the name of the game. Like, okay, abortion. If Democrats wanted it legalized, they were in power for so long. They could have legalized it. They could have solidified it, and they didn't do it because they're like, if we do this, how are we going to steal everyone's money and have a talking point to get people to elect us and scare them? That's why I fucking hate these people. They're all liars and they're all bullshit. And it's all bad for you. Norm told nobody about his cancer. I know. He handed out cigars. He never smoked. His dude, Norm was amazing. Amazing. I want to live until I'm old and I want to be in great shape the entire time. And there are people that do that.
Dollars a year. That's why it got canceled. It's not censorship. It's not anything like that. It's just, quite frankly, that a lot of the people that are running these current late night talk shows, like Stephen Colbert, have driven half the audience away with their incessant political talking points. That's the truth. That's the reality. And now Jay Leno, host of The Tonight Show for years and years and years, has something to say about this as well. Jay Leno criticizes modern late night comedy for alienating half the audience with partisan politics. That's what has happened. That's why all these shows across the board have been hemorrhaging viewers, have been losing ratings, because they stopped making it about entertainment. That's what people wanted from the...
Jay Leno was the GOAT. He was amazing. He knows what he's doing. He was on top of his game. Again, I wouldn't be able to tell you Jay Leno's politics to save my life. And that's how it should be. Nobody cares. Like, okay, if you want to be a political activist, then be one. But if you want to be a talk show host, you need to appeal to more than just your little section of people. Like, if you're an entertainer, you have to sacrifice all this. Well, I want to preach and screech about my beliefs and Dude, no one likes that. That's why Tom Cruise, even though he believes in Scientology, do you ever remember Tom Cruise trying to recruit you into Scientology? I don't. He never fucking talks about it. You know why? He's not a retard. He's not stupid. He's like, I need to entertain people and make money. So what I'm going to do is not talk about the planet Zulu and the Efflons in the air and the aliens that inhabit my soul, because it won't fucking work.
These shows. They just wanted to laugh. They wanted to forget about things for a while, crack open a beer at the end of your workday while your kids are in sleep, your wife's on the couch with you. You're just sitting there and you want to laugh at something. You don't want to constantly be preached to, but that's what these late night shows have turned into. Jay Leno rips late night hosts for alienating half the country. The 75-year-old reflected on his time as the successful host of The Tonight Show for over 2 decades and why his loyal audience stuck around and came back for more, while contemporary hosts just seemed keen on alienating half the country. Fox News reports the pair agreed partisan politics simply gets in the way of keeping an audience engaged and crucial.
This is the key. Jay Leno didn't get high off his own farts. These other people, the narcissism of Colbert and Kimmel, the utter narcissism to think that anyone cares about their political beliefs. They literally hemorrhaged half their audience away. If I was the network, I would be livid. I'd be like, you have destroyed a decades upon decades old formula that has worked forever. People used to just want to see like Tom Cruise come and promote his newest movie, or Naomi Watts talk about the one time her boob almost slipped out of her blouse on the red carpet. Or when was it Drew Barrymore was like, didn't she flash Letterman? She did something. Or listen to Triumph, the insult dog, which him going to the Star Wars release was probably my favorite segment on any late night television I've ever seen. As a nerd, being told that we'll never get laid. So, dude, oh my God, Triumph was beautiful. I just missed this. By the way, go sub to Ryan.
Actually laughing. Here's the exchange that was had in this interview. I read there was an analysis done of your work on The Tonight Show for the 22 years, and your jokes were roughly equally balanced between going after Republicans and taking aim at Democrats. Did you have a strategy? And Leno responds, it was fun to me when I got hate letters like, Dear Mr. Leno, you and your Republican friends, and well, Mr. Leno, I hope you and your Democratic buddies are happy, over the same joke, Leno recalled. And I go, well, that's good. That's how you get the whole audience. And then he would go on specifically to criticize, and I don't think this is just pointed at Stephen Colbert, it's just in general, all the late night shows that are around right now. To me, I like to think that people come to a comedy show to get kind of away from things, you know, the pressures of life, whatever it may be. Now you have to be content with half the audience because you have to give your opinion. I love political humor, don't get me wrong, but it's just what happens when people wind up cozying too much to one side or the other. Why shoot for just half the audience all the time? Why not try to get the whole?
It's a cult. Hollywood has lost its ability to appeal to the entire country. Hollywood sniffed its own farts so much that they believe only their beliefs are the good beliefs and everyone else is bad. Dude, no one wants to hear Pedro Pascal's belief on fascists and stuff. Shut the fuck up. If I was his publicist, I'd be like, do you see the internet? People fucking hate you, bro. Shut the fuck up. Stop dressing like a weirdo. Put on some normal clothes. Walk out there. Be grateful and humbled. Talk about the movie and not activism and shit. Shut the fuck up. If I was I'd be the best publicist. I'd be like, gather around. All right, we're having another session of everyone shut the fuck up. Seriously. Like if there was some like actor that acted like James Woods. Now, if James Woods came in, I'd be like, okay, dude, you need to shut the fuck up. Now, I know why he started talking, because he got alienated when he wasn't talking a whole lot, right? But you heard they had to take James Woods off the credits of Oppenheimer just so it would get nominated, because he's an evil Republican and no Republican's good. And just think about that. Think if Hollywood said, we're not going to nominate a movie if any left-leaning person's on it. That's fucking crazy. These people have lost their fucking minds. Dude, my best friend is a socialist, which I think is the stairway to communism. And I told her that. She's anti-communist. And I'm like, you're their butt buddy. Get out of here. But we love each other. And I wouldn't trade her for anything in the world. So when you preach tolerance and anti-bigotry and all this stupid shit, your actions speak louder than your words. So if you're like, oh, I'm so tolerant, except for these people I don't agree with, then you're not. You're not tolerant. And you can't say it except for just white supremacists. Really? You really think half the country is white supremacists, all these Mexicans and black people and stuff? Like, you've lost your fucking mind. Stop being assholes. Stop being self-righteous assholes and just learn how to be nice. Remember, coexist. What really gets me as a 90s liberal is I'm now considered far right. They've written articles about me. I'm literally like a Bill Clinton Democrat. All his policies, that's what I'm for. She's a radical far right. No, bitch, you're the radical one. You have lost your fucking minds. You're nuts. Be nice to each other, you stupid twats. I'm so tired of this shit. Do as Jay Leno says.
I mean, I like to bring people into the big picture. And, you know, Jay Leno has been vocal about this at this point after the failure of these late night shows. And I think The Late Show with Stephen Colbert is just the first. I think eventually all of them are going to go down the drain. And his was the tallest midget in terms of ratings, but what it cost to produce the show just wasn't worth it. $40 million a year loss for them. Like, that is wild. That is absolutely insane. Of course, they would cancel the show if it's losing you $40 million a year. But
they kept it on because they were getting that Pfizer money. Remember when he started shilling for Pfizer? I couldn't believe it. I was like, wait a minute. I'm watching a talk show where a guy is dancing around with needles like, big pharma, we worship big pharma. They never hurt anyone. They love us so much. Big pharma. I was like, what the fuck?
maybe even more appropriately than Jay Leno, let's go to the guy before Jay Leno.
Woo!
Let's go to the great Johnny Carson. And when he was asked decades and decades ago why he didn't get into these types of things, here was his answer.
Do you get sensitive about the fact that people say, he'll never take a serious controversy? Well, I have an answer to that. I said, no, never take a serious controversy. Well, I have an answer to that. I said, no, tell me the last time that Jack Benny, Red Skelton, any comedian, used his show to do serious issues. That's not what I'm there for. Can't they see that? But you're not. Why do they think that just...
Yeah, watch the fucking news if you want serious issues. Entertainment used to be entertainment. That's why these shows are failing.
It's because you have a Tonight Show that you must deal in serious issues. It's a danger. It's a real danger. Once you start that, you start to get that self-important feeling that what you say has great import. And
Jimmy Kimmel and Stephen Colbert are fucking overt narcissists. They have that self-important feeling. They don't think that the show is about the guests, which that's what the show is about. They start to worship themselves and what they think, and then they hijack everything to make it their, grandstanding platform.
No, strangely enough, you could use that show as a forum. You could sway people, and I don't think you should as an entertainer.
I mean, this is Johnny Carson years and years and years ago. saying something that
Johnny Carson, the literal god of late night, preaching facts. And then people, by the way, this is our Glimmer Sticks cream eyeliner. I love it. Preaching facts. Hollywood has given itself the kiss of death. I want good movies again. I want good movies again. I want diversity in it without it feeling like it's being shoved on me. I want women in it without it being girl boss, and standing on the throats of men to be a girl boss. We didn't used to have that. We didn't need that. Denzel Washington was king of the 90s, the highest paid actor. So was Will Smith. We were fine. There was perfect representation. We don't need over-representation of people. Like, I'm sorry, if you make up 5% of the world's population, you shouldn't be represented 60% on screen. That's insane. That's nonsensical. It becomes this Marxist trash bin. I will turn off the movie. We were watching, it was a horror movie. It was about Airbnbs. And we turn on this horror movie. It's like 5 minutes and they're not renting me the Airbnb because I'm black, skin color, racism. I'm like, turn it off. Turn it the fuck off. If I want to see this, I'll go on X. If I want to see people whine and cry about the racisms, I'll go on TikTok. I don't want to fucking watch this. I just wanted to watch a scary movie. I'm sorry. This is not me immersing myself in entertainment. This is more preaching by a bunch of activist writers, and I hate it.
probably a lot of these late shows
My husband no longer has social media. My husband was Duck Sauce on Twitch for many years, and he's living his best life as a voice actor. And he's off the internet because the internet's crazy. And he's happier for it. He's just a happy guy without any social media. I can't blame him. Only thing that sucks is like I can't take pictures with him and share it because he doesn't want it shared on social media. He gives me one picture a year. It's Christmas. He's just living his best life, and I love him.
could have taken into account. Because that's what's happening here. For over a decade, they have been incredibly one-sided with their political talking points. And it's no longer about entertaining people. It's about appealing to about half of the audience that only wants to hear that. That's it. They become political talking points as shows. They become propaganda. They become platforms for that. Instead of just entertaining people and trying to make them laugh. That's all people want from these late night shows. And once they stopped getting that, they tuned out. They looked for something else to entertain them. And now Stephen Colbert is going to have to look for something else to entertain him because he no longer has a job.
Stephen Colbert is worth $100 million almost now. I don't feel sorry for him for destroying late night TV and pocketing almost $100 million doing it. He was legit the best WoW streamer. He just had fun playing, wasn't trying to be an elitist. My husband, I tell him this all the time, and I'm not just saying it because he's my husband. He was one of the best, most entertaining streamers I've ever seen in my fucking life. I miss his streams, but I get to live with him every day and laugh. He makes me laugh until I weep, like crying. I farted. No, if I farted, I'd tell everyone I farted. And I would like highlight the fart. I wouldn't fucking cover it. Farts are hilarious. That's free entertainment, dude. If I farted, I'd be like, hold on. I'd lift a cheek to get the full effect of noise. Like, I wouldn't just sit here and pretend I didn't fart. I'm not one of those chicks. I started this stream by saying, hey, good morning. I just took a massive shit. It was great. I feel light as a feather. Why would I lie about farting? I would highlight the fart. I would take the microphone as lifting a cheek. I would fart directly towards the microphone, and then everyone would laugh. Duck Sauce voice is James Earl Jones level. Yeah. My husband's voice is beautiful, especially in the morning. Most of us know this about you, right? Dude, my husband, this is what he says to me all the time. Like, I'll be sitting on the couch and I'll be like, he'll be like, that's actual diarrhea in the fucking air. There's diarrhea particles in the air. You're disgusting. He's like, just two fucking dudes. Just two dudes sitting in a locker room, farting and laughing it up. That's what he says to me. Because I'm nasty. But, you know, I love him. And we don't like sit here and try to hide each other's farts. Like, that is not this relationship. I'm proud of my farts. I'm still amazed you got Matt years ago to be on camera to put makeup on you at your old house, which was astounding as he actually did a decent job. Duck Sauce is a character? No. My husband, everyone, is a multifaceted jewel. Duck Sauce was one of my husband's facets that he amplified. Does that make sense? We'll be laying in bed and I'll say something like, oh man, you look so hot right now. He's like, it's Duck Sauce, baby. You can't fucking quit Duck Sauce. Just shit like that. It's him. It is a huge part of him. I hope that makes sense. Like, okay, here is a jewel right here, right? And there's all these different colors. You can buy this in my Avon store, by the way. There's all these different colors in the abalone. And my husband took that teal and he amplified that part of himself. You know what I mean? So I get that part of him all the time, but that part of him isn't what's on all the time. I didn't fart. You can post whatever you want on X, dude. I don't lie. I have farted on stream before. I have been like, everyone listen. Everyone stop what you're fucking doing and acknowledge the air that is escaping my anus. You can clip whatever stupid noise you heard on my desk that you think is a fart. I don't do little, that's not my farts. My farts are like this. Like, that is my fart. Don't you try to give me this pussy ass little tiny noise you thought was a fart. I am the goddess of farts. Yeah, pretend you heard some fucking stupid fart. You insult me if you think whatever tiny little noise you heard was a fart. That's a fucking insult. I am a goddess of farts. I eat a sheet pan, half a sheet pan of broccoli and cauliflower, and my gut goes bloop, 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 bloop. And then I feel this heat. It's like a 500-degree oven emanating from my anus. Dude, you're an idiot, Ryan Jax. I'm sorry. I cannot believe that at almost 43 years old, you think I'm like some stupid feminine bitch that's like, I didn't fart when I did. Fuck off. I would be deeply ashamed if I had some little tiny fart. Farts are hilarious. They're fucking funny. They're free entertainment. And I'm fucking amazing at it. Now you're just being a troll and it's stupid. So we're done with that. The fuck? There we go. You're on Twitch telling a woman she farted, telling someone else to grow up. Dude, whatever. It's Twitch. That's what happens on Twitch. Let's finish this.
So I guess figure out something to do. I'm sure it'll be fine. I know that with that $40 million loss a year, I'm sure Stephen Colbert got paid very, very handsomely for helping to ruin late night television. What do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comments section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.
Go sub. I love his channel. You guys should go sub to it. It's a great channel. It really is. So, Lizzo knows damn well that this ad wasn't about white jeans. Everyone knows that let me preface this with this. Sydney Sweeney is your quintessential girl next door. She would have been tapped by Hugh Hefner in a heartbeat. The girl next door is not supposed to look like a supermodel. It's supposed to look like your hot ass neighbor that you would do anything to see naked. Sydney Sweeney would have been Playmate of the Year. Easy. She has natural jugs. They're natural. The ad preaching about her good genetics for her blue eyes. Either these people are complete retards, right? And they actually believe this was white supremacy, or they know they're lying about what it was. Now, I'm a woman, and I don't have massive jugs. Would I like jugs like Sydney Sweeney? Sure. But I don't covet it. I'm not jealous. I'm comfortable and happy in my own skin. So I'm not jealous, but I can recognize jealous bitches when I see them. Okay. We're done with you, dude. Yeah. We're done with that. I don't want to see that. Anyway, all these chicks ranting and raving about how this is a Nazi propaganda. They're jealous of her tits. They're jealous of men liking her. The joke was, before this ad, literally no man on earth could have told you what color her eyes were. None. She is not known for her natural blue eyes. Can I get a guess from you guys of why Sydney Sweeney is known? It might have to do with, in a sea of plastic women, she has natural God-given jugs. She is genetically gifted by having huge natural knockers. Now, you can be a little fatter and have big cha-chas. That happens all the time. But to be skinny and have massive cha-chas, that is rare. That is a rare gift, as Aragorn would say. I have never seen her act. I don't know anything about this bitch other than all men do is post gifs of her going, look at my boobs. And she knows what she's doing. She wears everything she can to have them pouring out. When she was on Saturday Night Live, like, I'm so happy I was here. It was to bounce him around. Like, you ain't got to lie to kick it. I see you, girl. I'm not jealous and I don't care. But it bothers me that people are lying and pretending they don't get the joke that the entire ad was about Sydney Sweeney has huge natural tits and she's genetically gifted. That I got it immediately. Yeah, she has good genes to give her those huge, massive natural titties. And then all these, it's white supremacy. Look at me. No, you're a jealous bitch. And the thing is, they could have put a black woman in there, a Latina if they put Selma Hayek in her prime in the same ad saying the same shit, everyone would be like, oh, stunning, brave. Everyone would have loved it. Selma Hayek was on Sports Illustrated as an old lady and everyone fucking loved it. They loved it. And that's why I'm just calling bullshit. I'm like, all these people know that they're lying. All of these people know that they're just making up stories because they're jealous of this chick's tits. As I said, would I like bigger boobs like her? Sure. But I don't have them. But I'm not a jealous fucking mean girl on the internet. And here's what's really sad. The majority of these women have no self-awareness. So they're not even aware of how jealous, vindictive, and how noticeable their coveting is. Like, you can't hide what's making you do this. Now, if I was sitting in a room with Sydney Sweeney, you know what I would say to her? Okay, you've cashed in on the boobies, but now we're pushing 30, right? So my advice to her would be, now get out there and get known for something other than just the boobies. Unless you don't care and you've made enough bank and you don't care when they like hang it up. Because otherwise she's going to be left to do it like Scarlett Johansson is doing, which is for years Scarlett Johansson wore all these dresses and all this stuff to have her big natural knockers hanging out. And then she whined and cried about the male gaze. And I'm like, oh, that's such... Well, Salma Hayek's married to a multi-billionaire. And my guess is she's getting a lot of work done. I'm sorry. The truth is the truth. I don't believe for a second that Selma isn't like nipping and tucking. Not for a fucking moment. Sorry. Selma Hayek, when I was growing up and I watched Dusk Till Dawn, I remember thinking, like, Lord, I want my body to look like that. My body is the exact opposite of that. I am a tall willow wand. I am legs for days. Like, she's a short little hourglass. And I am a tall, lanky olive oil. And I was like, I want to look like that. And I never did. Credit where it's due. Salma Hayek had one of the most perfect hourglass female frames in entertainment. She did. And I'm not jealous of it. And I didn't whine and cry when they put an elderly woman who is an AARP on Sports Illustrated. I'm like, well, it is Salma Hayek, you know. Hey, I'm seconds away from being AARP, so I get to say it. Lizzo, women are cruel to each other because women are in constant competition of one another. There's a bunch of women who will lie to themselves and be like, you just picked the wrong woman, because they don't want to acknowledge the fact that half the women out there mean girl each other because they're jealous of one another. And then they'll be like, oh, well, that's only insecure women, which is the majority of women. I have had bitches be they like run a hate Reddit group on me because women fucking hate each other. Dudes aren't like, let's run a hate group about another dude. Yeah, he's so ugly. He's so stupid. Dudes don't do that. Bitches do that. Bitches lie, smear. It's always character assassination. They try, like with her, she's a white supremacist. She's in a Nazi ad. This is character assassination because they're so fucking jealous that she was born with big old titties that look nice and they were not. That's all it is. Women will destroy the reputation of you and your children's children's children. They will character assassinate you into the next dimension. They are cruel. So cruel. And I see this for what it is. All these chicks on TikTok whining and crying about this. They know damn well the ad had nothing to do with white supremacy. And as I said, either they're fucking idiots and they don't understand that no men ever look at this chick's eyes, or they're liars and they're just jealous of her. But I'll say this. If the same ad can run with Salma Hayek in it or Holly Berry in their prime, like a beautiful woman with brown skin, and that's okay, but a white woman can't do it, this is just racism. That's what it is. Because we all know it's true. We all know someone else could be in this. It's racism and just women hating each other. I didn't curl my eyelashes today, but I still think they look good. I do. I'm okay with them. Women are fucking mean. They're mean, man. They're fucking mean to each other. They're mean. All right. Where's that one thing I wanted to show you guys? Let's see. Nope, not this. Nope, not that. Oh, I definitely want to see this. Okay. That we're going to do next. This. Here we go. Brad and Henry are cool. They're hot and the chicks love them. I don't know who Brad and Henry are. Who's Brad and Henry? Dude, the anti-white racism, and I'm tired of people being like, oh, there's not, fuck you. I will prove to you that I'm right. This is always acceptable. This woman claims white people don't eat with their hands because white people food tastes bad. What is white people food? Russian food is nothing like Italian food. Italian food is nothing like French food. French food is nothing like Lebanese food. Lebanese food is nothing like Polish food. What the fuck is this bitch talk? Oh, white people look the same because I'm a racist black chick. That she's a racist fucking black chick. Russian and English food is awful to me. I just don't like it. I'm sorry. Russian vodka, 10 out of 10. You've never had anything like it. Anything. But listen to this chick.
The reason why people don't eat with your hands is because your food is not delicious.
One, you look like a fucking animal. Like, that's disgusting. But which cuisine are you talking about? Are you talking about Italian cuisine or English cuisine? Completely different. There's no comparison. English food sucks ass compared to Italian. In fact, I was offered to go model in London and I said no. You want to know why I said no? Because I wanted good food and I didn't think they offered it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, UK. I'm sorry. I didn't want to go. I didn't want to go. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
The reason why people don't eat with your hands is because your food is not delicious. The reason why people...
I mean, if a white person said this, I said if any white person made this video like this about people who are not white, they'd be nuked out of fucking orbit. I'm sick and tired of normalized racism against one group of people. I'm sick and tired of people who aren't white defending how racist everyone is towards white people. It's fucking crazy. A Polish person and a French person have almost no commonalities. They don't look alike at all. At all. A Scottish person compared to someone from Italy don't look alike at all, don't sound alike. They have no cuisine that is alike. It is racist as fuck to take all these people from different countries and shove them all together. English food is generally crap, but the English breakfast is a gift to civilization. Their little tea time and their little crumpets and shit, that looks good. White people do eat with their hands. Corn dogs, we eat hot dogs, we eat hamburgers, we eat French fries. But this bitch is eating out of bowls with like nasty shit. And she's like, it reminds me of fucking Gollum. Like, just watch her put it in her mouth.
The reason why people don't eat with your hands is because your food is not delicious. The reason why people don't eat with your hands is because your food is not delicious.
That looked like porn. I'm just going to say it. That looked like porn. Fetish shit. Get it out of here. Ugh. She fists her own face. Ha ha ha. She's retarded. She's also an asshole That would be like me being like Mexicans and Brazilians. They're pretty much the same. All brown people's food is pretty much the same. Really? You think Iraqi cuisine is just like Brazilian cuisine? No. Puerto Rican cuisine is nothing like Mexican cuisine at all. I have a story about Asian food. So, when one top model, I moved to New York City. Let's do story time. And we'll do a little primer, little vitamin C, and a little match airbrush with a little tint in it. So, I moved to New York City and I go out with, affluent city liberals, and I'm uncultured from Joliet, Illinois at this point. So we go out to get Asian food, and the restaurant only had chopsticks on the table. Now, being raised by a full-blooded Calabrian woman and not being rich, so we didn't go out to eat very much, we literally lived off Italian cuisine, which, is kind of awesome. However, I had never eaten Asian food. By the way, Thai is my favorite. I love Thai. I love it so much. Oh, nice spicy Thai. So good. And I'm starving. And I was too embarrassed to say I didn't know how to use chopsticks. So I said I wasn't hungry and that I had eaten before I went. And I sat there and I watched everyone eat. And I was so hungry and embarrassed that I didn't know how to do it. So I promptly went home and I ordered, was it Asian, Chinese? I don't know what I ordered, but I ordered it. And I started trying to use the chopsticks on my own because I was like young. So I didn't know you could ask for a fork. I didn't want to embarrass myself and ask for a fork. I knew damn well if I did, everyone would be like, "You've never eaten with chopsticks?" You know how people are. I was very young and unsure of myself. So I went home and I learned. And now, when I'm out eating Thai and stuff, which is rare because of where I live, there's really not that much great food in Montana. I'll be honest with you. I mean, the food I make, but I'm sorry. Once you live in New York City and Los Angeles and Arizona, you come here and they're like, "Here's Mexican food." You're like, right. But I went home and I was like, I will learn how to use the chopsticks. I can't quite do it with these because it's a pen, but I did. I learned, and then I started eating. But I was embarrassed that I was uncultured. Truly, I was embarrassed. So I look fit. Look at this. I am fit. Me and my husband work out all the time. In fact, we just had a physicals, both of us. And our doctor was like a little older than us. He saw my husband first. And then I saw him next. And he was like, "You too?" He was like, "Of course you're his wife. Of course you're this guy's wife." I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Your husband is in peak physical form for a man his age." He's like, great. He's like, and of course his wife comes in here looking like an athlete as well. And I was like, "Oh, thanks." So we got our blood work and everything came back perfect because we were concerned with how much we eat on the weekend because we splurge hard, like Thanksgiving hard, like eat 3 pizzas and all these fucking pies and cookies and like 2 days in a row, just hit it hard. And then we intermittent fast until dinner every single day. all through the week. And then we eat a healthy dinner and then a little snack before bed. And we keep in a caloric deficit to erase the weekend before. And we were like concerned that maybe we were doing it wrong. He's like, you guys are like the 1% of people your age. He's like peak physical shape. He's like, you're such a joy. He's like, I love you guys as a couple. I was telling him, because we were talking about working out. And he's like, tell me about your warm up. I do about 4 to 6 miles on the treadmill in an hour. HIIT training. That's my warm up. On an active rest day, I do an hour to an hour and a half of HIIT training cardio. He was like, what? Are you kidding? My heart rate was in the 50s. And I'm like, is that too low? He's like, with how in shape you are right now. He's like, that's common for people in peak physical form. I was like, oh, what body part am I the most proud of? I don't think I'm like proud, because it's not like I made myself, like my parents made me. Like, I'm not proud to be my skin color. I'm not proud to be a woman. I didn't earn that. I would say maybe my shoulders and my arms are my best asset and always have been, but I'm not like proud of them. I'm proud of quitting smoking. I'm proud of quitting drugs. I'm proud of not drinking, things that I actually put hardcore effort into. I am proud that I get into the gym. You know what I mean? Good morning, Greg. Be proud of those biceps. Genetics. I mean, I feed the beasts, but I'd be lying to you if I said that I didn't have genetic blessings on my upper body. It's my lower body that's the struggle. Anything from my bottom to abs down, including my calves and stuff. So I can't be proud of that. But I am proud of my discipline. Proud of hitting the gym and doing the thing, chicken wang. You know what I mean? That I can be proud of. So guys, I had no idea there's a War of the Worlds with Ice Cube. Why? It's going to be awful. And I have to watch it. I have to fucking watch it. Who cares about any of this? I want to see the trailer. Hold on. Come on. Okay. We have to see the trailer for an Ice Cube War of the Worlds. I love Ice Cube, by the way. It's gotta be fucking awful. And I'm gonna watch it. Okay, let's watch this trailer.
Hey. See, you took the Sunday graveyard shift again. Dad, when's...
Ice Cube looks amazing, by the way. And I just want to throw a little segue here. We were watching a movie, and this guy looked like Ice Cube. And we were all like, wanna be Ice Cube Light, all this shit. And then I found out it was his son. I'm like, this motherfucker looks just like Ice Cube, dude. It's like a bootleg Ice Cube. It's like, kind of looks like Ice Cube in some angles, doesn't. It was his son. I was like, of course that's his son. Looks just fucking like the guy.
the last time you left the office?
That's classified.
Oh, no shit.
The surveillance industrial complex is collecting massive amounts of data with the Goliath program.
And they are. I'm sorry, all this real ID and stuff, all this like you need to be ID'd by YouTube or Spotify to look at. Fuck you. Look at what happened with the T app. These data breaches. I don't trust these people with all our shit. This is fucking crazy. And it's all the sensor, dude.
The most precious resource on Earth is data. And data is food for the superior intelligence.
This is gonna be fucking terrible. I can't wait. I feel it in my bones. Do you guys feel it? And again, I love Ice Cube. But this is gonna be a fucking rotten pile of baby diapers in the hot sun.
Have you seen this?
Can you tell yet what they're comprised of?
No, sir. I've never seen anything like this.
Send in the girl boss. That's the first thing I would do if there's like alien shit. Put a woman in there.
Eyewitness video is coming in from all over the world. Terrifying machines rising out of these meteors.
How are they gonna make worse versions of the War of the World machines in the Tom Cruise movie? Those scare the piss out of me. I have had nightmares of like looking out of my window and seeing them in the distance going brrr, like those things scare the piss out of me. The first half of the Tom Cruise War of the Worlds is fucking peak end of the world alien crazy awesomeness. Why do these look worse than the models in that one? Should these look better all these years later? Also, why did we need another War of the Worlds after Tom Cruise just did it and did it well? Shouldn't you be remaking movies from the 60s and not 2 years ago? I think it's funny that all of society would be like on their phones and TikToking. Oh my God, it's War of the Worlds. We're here.
Get away from that.
Get away from that. Yes. Please tell me to get away from an alien spaceship. That's what I need. I need advised. I need to be advised.
Get out of there.
Oh, the movie is worse than you think. I can't wait to watch this pile of garbage because I love Ice Cube. This is a hot, steaming pile of shit in a cold autumn morning, steaming in the sunlight. Can you smell it? I can't wait.
I'm coming for you now.
I'd be like, bitch, you on your own. Yeah, I'm on my way. Gonna come save you. Mr. Desk Job over here. I can't wait to watch this. How did I not know it was coming out? How is it out? How did I not know? Guys, I'm so excited. I haven't been this excited in forever. I don't even think my husband knows. I can't wait to tell my husband we're going to watch this pile of shit. Just an absolute dumpster fire of a movie. It's going to be so fun because I love Ice Cube. Because during it, I'm going to have flashbacks of Friday, which, by the way, is arguably top 5 comedies. I'm sorry. There is never a time that I see Friday on TV and I turn the channel. I can't do it. Doesn't matter what time it is in the movie. Doesn't matter if there's only 2 minutes left. I'm watching Friday. That was such a pivotal, huge movie in my life. I swear to God, to my friends all the time, they're like, hey girl, what are you doing later? I'm like, hey, okay. Like all the time. I'm like, oh, you know what you're doing over there. Like Sydney Sweeney. You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing, girl. I see you. I see you. Ice Cube has found his Sharknado. I love. Hi, baby. Do you want to say hi to everybody? Do you want to say hi? I'm so good. Look at me. I am so good, but you gotta come right here. Come right here. Hi, friend. Excuse me. Come on. Come on. Friend. Yes. Good job. Sorry. She gets baby talk. She gets baby talk. I hope you all are going to go watch the new War of the Worlds dumpster fire. I'm going to watch it. It's going to be awesome. My cousin Vinny, my husband loves my cousin Vinny. He loves Airplane. He's constantly like, Johnny, do you like gladiator films? I'm sorry, I don't speak jive. Remember when we could make fun of everyone and no one was like, oh my God, you can't say this and you can't say that. You know what I don't understand? Person of color, acceptable. Say it backwards, unacceptable. Who made that up and why? Is it like playing an album backwards? You like summon the fucking Dark Lord? Where did that come from? Who is making these rules? So for me, if you come into my household, I was raised by a full-blooded Calabrian grandmother. And if you started making Italian jokes, we'd all laugh. You could say every Italian slur on earth and we'd all laugh because you're saying it. Now, if you came in like, oh, I hate Italians, you wops and blah, blah, we'd be like, oh. But if you came in just like, you fucking dirty dig, we'd be like, oh, yeah, that's us. And then we'd make fun of you back. What happened to that? All my friends growing up, all they did was throw racial slurs at each other. So my best friend in high school was half black and half Mexican. And then my Mexican friends and black friends used to rag on her so bad, or if she did something good, they'd be like, that's the black part of you, you know? And we just laugh like, what has happened to this world? I don't understand. All we did was bust each other's balls to the point where sometimes you're like, bro, can you lay off for a second? I'm having a fucking bad day. You like walk in, they're like, hey, you ugly bitch. And all this shit. Hi, kitty, 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 kitty. Can I show you off? Nope, it's the dog again. It's the dog. It's you. I love you. I love her. She's so sweet. Same with Mexicans. They'll laugh at any slur but kill you if you call them Latinx. That's funny. Latinx, whatever it is. Trying to erase their entire language, which is based on feminine, masculine. Unbelievable. If I don't tease you, I don't love you. Right? I am not offended at all. Like, I'll be trying to open something and my husband's like, come over here, little lady. I'm not like, oh, I'm a feminist. I'm like, open this jar, big motherfucker. My weak feminine noodle arms can't do it. I need a man. Okay, HR Karens are women who are unmarried or unhappily married with no children. Mexicans only care if people are stealing their shit. I mean, isn't that most people? Day go this way, day go that way, day go wop, wop, wop. That's so funny. I just missed when everyone made fun of each other. Like, remember Dave Chappelle just made fun of everyone? My favorite is when Dave Chappelle makes fun of Asians because he's married to one. Just rips them a new asshole, just annihilates them. And I'm like, he's literally married to one. It's beautiful. That's what makes America America. And they're stealing America from us by policing our language and policing if we can bust each other's balls. I like to bust balls. I like when people bust my balls. I like to bust balls back. I am not offended by any racial slur said by anyone unless they say it mean and they like mean it in an evil way. And I'm like, fuck you. I'm not even offended. I'm just like, fuck this guy. Bring that back. Like, I'm just tired of this shit. It's just annoying. Oh, shut up your face. Dude, I'm telling you. I'm over it all. Anyway, I'm out of here. I sell Avon. AdrianneCurry.com. If you would like some Avon, you can make me your Avon lady, which I would love, today until 11:59 p.m. Eastern. Oops, I shared the wrong one again. I'm sorry. Will you guys forgive me? Cool. This code is active. Spend $100 or more, use the code PAUSE100, get all that free shit. Spend $200 or more, use the code PAUSE200 at checkout. You get all that free shit. So my friend who just kicked cancer's ass, one of my online buddies, Lynette, she's about to have surgery, but she just went through chemo and everything. And I was like, I'm going to use this code. So I used code PAUSE200 to get her more shit. As a congratulations, fuck cancer in its ass. Yeah, the words don't matter. It's the person's attitude and intent. 100%. 100%. Like, okay, a friend of mine went skydiving and my black friend was just like, dude, white people. Am I right? Fucking crazy motherfuckers. Like, and we just laughed because it's funny and it wasn't an insult. But when someone are like, oh, white people have no culture and dumb shit, that's insulting and stupid. Like, quit being dumb. But yeah, go shopping with me. AdrianneCurry.com is my Avon store. Pause100 if you spend $100 or more. Pause200 if you spend $200 or more. I love you guys.